What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Wingman Wednesdays. I'm Bruce with Waha. Now today we're going to be finishing up our episode regarding U.S. Air Force Boot Camp. Now last time we went over what to expect when arriving at boot camp for the first couple weeks. Your reporting statements, gave you guys some references to look at as far as other YouTubers regarding a pack list, and also giving their experience about Air Force Boot Camp, and let you know the Air Force PT standards as well. Now picking up where we left off was getting your nameplate on your uniform and getting acclimated to the military schedule. And you really think to yourself, this isn't so bad. I can do this. I'm halfway there. Without realizing it, you've changed drastically from the person that you were. Now, like I said, it doesn't get any easier, but every week they throw something new at you. By the end of the fourth week, you've been to the obstacle course, you've been to the gas chamber, you had issued your weapon, you fired your weapon, you've been through FEST, you've been through combatives training. You've done a lot, and now you're about to go onto Beast Week. I don't know what they call it now, but when I went through it, it was called Beast Week, and it's basically a mock deployment. You're also going to be issued your battle rattle, which is your vest, your helmet, pads, gas mask, and you're going to have this stuff on all the time. You're going to have to fire with that stuff on, and Lord knows if you're there in the summer months, it's going to be black flag, meaning the most intense heat, which you're going to be out in a tent with all the gear on in probably 100-degree weather. You're going to be in that mock deployment scenario, which means you're going to be there with your flight and your brother's flight, and I think 2 other flights. Now, your flight basically now grew into a squadron. And all of the same hierarchies are going to come down. There's going to be, instead of a dorm chief, he's now the zone leader, which the zone leader will be chosen from all the dorm chiefs. Element leaders, same thing, all the way down. And being recycled is like one of the worst things that can happen to you, because the rest of your flight goes on, and you basically get gutted out of there and placed into a new flight weeks past. So if your flight is on week 4 and you get recycled 2 weeks, you were placed into a new flight 2 weeks back. So you are now doing week 2 and week 3 over again, and then catching up to week 4. And by then they're probably already going to graduate. It happens more often than you think. And it's heartbreaking for the person that gets recycled as well as the flight. The biggest thing that I personally learned in boot camp was it felt like I was constantly being humbled. Because prior to that, I was always responsible for myself and the things that I did. And now I was put into a situation where I was responsible for things that people said and did. So it felt like every day, every week, I was just being humbled over and over and over. Now, I don't know how the MTIs choose their dorm leaders or their element leaders or any of the jobs. Some people will naturally evolve into those spots. And other times, it's the tough guys and the people that have a lot of pride that get put into these leadership positions. If they're an amazing athlete and fitness is no problem to them, they'll be put in charge of other people that fitness is their biggest challenge. Again, I can't harp on it enough. Come together as a team. Identify the weak points and identify the strengths. And do your best to help each other out. Well, you finished Beast Week and now you're headed back to the dorms. And you're ready to get back to your dorm. If you thought life was bad in the dorms, when you're out there during Beast Week and you come back and you see your dorm, you're so relieved to be back, because your dorm becomes your home, and it is one of the few places that you can feel at least a little bit comfortable in. Now, weeks 6 and 7 are going to be packed with drills, classes, studying. You're going to be practicing open ranks. You're going to be finishing up on all those last admin details that you'll need for graduation and for your Air Force career. And finally, your PT test. Now, up until that point, you'll be getting a mock test every week to gauge how much you've progressed. You're encouraged to go all out. However, all that is for bragging rights. So concentrate on the run is usually what does a lot of people in, or concentrate on the area that is the most challenging for you. If you're great at running, use most of your strength for push-ups and sit-ups. If you're great at push-ups and sit-ups, then do as many as you need to without maxing out too hard, and concentrate on the run. During this time, you'll also be getting a lot of morale items made, like your flight t-shirts, hoodies, any of those things that you guys are wanting to do. Because you're already at the finish line of boot camp, some people will get complacent and the night raids will pick back up. So don't think just because you're close to the finish line that you can slack. Finally, it's Airman's Week. It's graduation week. Your blues, you'll be wearing those most of the time. You'll be practicing for your graduation ceremony, for the Wingman Run, or Airman's Run, I don't remember what it's called. But you will get information, you'll get in your PT gear with your flight shirt, and you will run around the base, and your family will be there to see you run by, and they'll cheer you on. And they'll also be tallying up all your scores from your open ranks, your tests, your PT, and they'll be assigning warrior flights, and all these other awards that your flight may have earned up until that point. For the entire time that you were at boot camp, you're being evaluated, and these last awards like Honor Flight, Warrior Flight, all those things are a culmination of all those points being added. And a lot of those flights get an extra family day, which means that they get to leave the base, or they get to leave the squadron and spend that time with their family that have arrived for graduation. And you may be asking yourself, what about people that didn't have anybody show up for their graduation? And it happens. That's an unfortunate thing. However, those members are given a city pass, and most of the time, for those individuals, people within the flight will extend out an invite for them to join them and their family going out into the city of San Antonio and enjoying yourself. Also, in San Antonio, they have a lot of military support functions going on, which means that those people may have a free pass to get into Six Flags, to get into watching the San Antonio Spurs play, or whatever sports team is going on, and having a game during that time. It's a big ordeal. The whole base pretty much shuts down in celebration of a new airman coming into the Air Force. You'll get your airman's coin. It's a little thing. It's really just symbolic of how far you've come. For most people, it holds a lot of sentimental value. I know it does for me. And then you get back to the dorms, and from what I remember, you have like a day or a couple of days before everyone has orders and leaves the dorms. You still have to abide by the schedule. No one's hounding you anymore. You're able to relax a little bit, and your reporting statement changes. And it is no longer training reports as ordered. It is now Airman reports as ordered. And a lot of people get corrected because you're an airman now. You are an active duty member of the United States Air Force. At that point, it's just you're swapping information, you're getting emails, you're getting phone numbers, you're connecting social media, whatever you can, because you didn't have access to any of that stuff. And slowly but surely you see your brothers leaving. That's just a moment that you're gonna relive over and over through your military career. Getting this close to these people and then never seeing them again. Me coming from a civilian family and being the first one in my family to join the Air Force, it takes some getting used to. A lot of other people that are military brats, they grow up that way, so it's not that big of a deal to them. But you just enjoy those last hours with each other and listen to music, swapping stories. I was the part of the last group out, and I was the last one out of the dorm. And I remember taking a walk through the dorm and turning off the lights. And if you hadn't come there with your story figured out, your story starts to take shape. And you remember these people for the rest of your life. You may not stay in touch with them. You may forget their names, but you remember their nicknames, or you remember, oh, we had this guy. But social media allows people nowadays to stay really well connected. And you realize how much you've changed in such a short amount of time. And your family will see it. And it hits you. That was chapter 1. Then you hop on that bus and it's now on chapter 2, tech school. But we'll have to hit that up next time. Well guys, that's it for this episode of Wingman Wednesdays. I hope you guys found this information beneficial to you. Alright guys, I want to hear from y'all now. I'd like to hear all the crazy stories of the individuals that have actually gone through Air Force boot camp, or any questions that you guys may have. Be sure to leave all that information in the comments down below. Well everyone, this is Bruce Uwaha asking, hey, where's your wingman? You guys take it easy.